Alright people, YouTube. Part 2 on how to do jailbreak and unlock an iPhone 3GS running 4.2.1 firmware. One second. Alright, so let me just talk about it for a second. What you're doing is upgrading your your iPhone's baseband to an iPad baseband, which is 6 something. I really don't remember, but like you're upgrading your baseband or your what's it called, your modem firmware from, well, mine is 5.15.04, so I'm going to be upgrading it to 6 something, I don't know what it is. And what I'm going to do is it's going to allow me to delete everything, like a brand new operating system on the phone, custom made, which will have the firmware and Cydia, and there's an app in Cydia called Ultra Snow that you can download already if you have the same baseband or modem firmware I have, but it won't work because of the baseband. So now make sure you got everything backed up. I triple backed everything up, and I have in, like I said before, part 1, a SIM card, singular, because I don't want to mess up. But before I do this, I recommend not doing this unless you're 115% sure of what you're doing. So now I got everything backed up now. Nothing's gonna go unchecked. So now make sure make sure iTunes is not running. And what you want to do is also download your firmware of your phone, which will be 4.2.1, links in the description, and the version of Red Snow that we will be using. Because you can't just download any version, it has to be a certain version, because certain versions only work with certain firmwares. So yeah. So, one second. Sorry, this isn't edited. Alright. So now let's get started. First, well, I'm going to actually be recording the screen from my webcam, so give me a second. Alright, so let's get started. So, the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you save the 2 files, the Red Snow folder and the firmware to your desktop, or else if it's not both on the desktop, the Red Snow will crash. So open up the folder, and you're gonna see a folder with like some programs. So you want to open up the Red Snow folder, Red Snow program, obviously. Just clicking through. Okay. So once it opens, you're gonna see there's an option to browse. So browse. For the firmware of where the frick it is. Sorry about that. I'm just having a little bit of fun here. So mine's on the desk. Yours should be on the desktop, because you're fucking this off for yourself. And on the desktop, just go to where the IPSW, which is the iPod firmware, right here. That's not it. That's the Snowbreeze firmware. iPhone 3.3GS 4.2.1 firmware. Restore number 2. It'll just verify that this is the firmware for. This will work with, like, I actually have only tested this on the 3GS, so I was gonna say this will work on any device with that's that has the firmware of 4.2.1, but I'm not going to say that because, like, I'm obviously just doing this on the 3GS because, like, come on, man. I just love playing with the SIM card slot. Fun. You push it in and it pops out. It's so fun. Damn it, the SIM card fell out. This is such an old SIM card. I got this in 2006. Before. I think that was at the time when Singular bought out AT&T instead of. Alright. Well, I think I did, like I was saying before I got interrupted by this pop-up on Red Snow, I got this SIM card 2006 when Singular had bought out AT&T. Yeah, that's right, I think. Alright, so, sorry if you listen to by the way, but I have a problem with Vegas right now. Alright, so you'll get this. Is this fixed? I'm just gonna click no. What it means is this like refurbished? Does it have new parts like that? So unless you got yours straight from the manufacturer, click no. So I'm gonna click next on Red Snow. And what this will do is actually start building the options for the firmware we have. Because like I said, there are different versions, so it's just gonna a kernel is actually a command. It's like a terminal type thing. Or for Windows it's command prompt, for Linux it's terminal, for Mac it's terminal. Yeah, that's kind of cool what I do with my keys, just let them stay there. Yeah, I have a paper clip on my keys, because in case I ever need to take out the SIM card I have thing. Alright, so now it's just RAM disk. I don't know what RAM disk is, and I don't think I want to know yet. Oh my god, the fraps suck, which means... Alright, so you'll see this. You'll have this screen, which is telling, make sure you definitely have install Cydia checked. Also make sure you have install iPod baseband. And you'll see a pop-up saying this option lets you upgrade your iPhone baseband to an iPad baseband that can be carrier unlocked with Ultra Snow. And this was like I was saying in part 1 of the series. If you choose to do this, you won't be able to downgrade back to a normal iPhone baseband. You will also void the warranty on your Apple's device. This easily can be detected by the baseband bringing in for service. Starting with firmware 4.2.1, you won't be able to restore to stock IPSW, only customs ones from Ponage Tool. Be sure you understand the consequences before choosing to upgrade to the iPad baseband. Are you sure you want to do this? Yeah. Alright. Once you do that, I'm going to make sure you have nothing else checked, because, like, well, you know, click next. Sorry, that might be. Now, I will be going through a series of steps, so I'm going to put this thing in my mouth now, the webcam, so you guys can both see. So, your device needs to be plugged in but turned off, so I'm going to turn my device off now. A second. No! Okay, so click next, and then it'll give you, yeah, so follow the instructions. Damn it, I fucked up. Alright. If you mess up, just click back, then I'm gonna actually now going to put this in what's called a forced shutdown, where you hold the power and the home button at the same time, and it forcibly shuts it, like you just saw that good stuff. So I'm actually gonna just be doing it like this. Why did you turn back on? Hold up, guys. You can just put in DFU mode by clicking next if you know how to do it, but there are different ways to put in DFU mode. Now we click next. Also hold the home button for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Without releasing the home button, release the power, but keep holding the home for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2. And this is a new driver for me, so otherwise you probably misunderstood the instructions. Alright, it needs to be in DFU. I don't have the driver installed. Now I do. At least that's what I'm showing. Do that again. Okay. Oh shit. It's jailbreaking. Now it's fetching the iPad baseband. I'm going to come back to part 2 to see what happens.